again, they primarily sell bulls to the commercial producer. A lot of the smaller operations, purebred operations, are going to sell bulls within maybe a 100-mile radius. But this has changed, and again, in the past 20 years because of transportation. A lot of our larger sales are shipping them across the United States. Look at your market demand and what your market demand is for those kind of bulls. You can try to select a breed that may be a novelty type breed, that may be something you're interested in, but it may not be a breed that's widely used in your area, so you're going to have a harder time marketing those cattle. Again, today's time in the purebred operation, or the Seedstock operation, there's a lot of service that goes along with that, and it's after the point of sale, but maybe even to the point of, we see a lot of our larger purebred operations offering opportunities to buy back the calves that are sired by their bulls and help those commercial producers market those cattle. So we begin to see that this industry has changed a lot over the last 20 to 30 years with that. Commercial cow-calf operations, again, they're maintaining the cow herds to raise calves from birth to weaning. It involves all the way back to conception, getting those cows bred, the birthing process, calving them out, all the way into developing them on the cow until weaning time, and then marketing after that. Ideal conditions, we expect a cow to produce one calf every year and try to stay on a yearly cycle with those cows. And the calves are the primary source of revenue, and in today's market, calves are going to be about 85% of the income generated from the cow-calf enterprise. The other 15% is going to come from marketing cull cows and bulls, or market cows and bulls that are no longer fertile. Maybe they're getting up in age, but there is a value, a salvage value in those cattle from the standpoint of their meat value as we put it into the beef production chain there. So the commercial cow-calf operation. Typically, some general characteristics of them: traditional way of life or business. Some of them have been in it for generations. The bigger operators, many of them have been, because they've got the land holdings, and land is expensive to acquire. And then we've got some that maybe have come back to the business where they grew up in it. But we do see today a lot of small operators from our more urban areas that want to move out into the rural areas, buy smaller parcels of land, and then have some cattle and be able to do that as a part-time enterprise, or as maybe just as simply as just something to retire to. Typically, a commercial producer is going to be a little slower to adopt technology, a little slower than our purebred operations, probably even slower than maybe some of our stocker operators and our feed yards. They're generally small herds, privately family owned. If we look at our cow-calf operations, the bulk of those operations are going to be family owned. Now, some of the operations may be 1,500 to 2,000 cows, but they're still a family operation owned by one or two individuals within the family. So could be a multi-million-dollar operation, but they're still a family ranching scenario. High investment. Just the cows are high investment today, but also the land resources that have to be put together. If you're not purchasing, you're going to have to lease that property as well. We see a lot of part-time cattlemen, secondary income. Sometimes it's used to reduce taxes or as a way to add value to the land. So they can use the dollars generated from the cow-calf enterprise to put back into their land that they've invested in to help develop that property. They typically going to sell calves at 6 to 7 months and somewhere in the range of 350 to 700 or 800 pounds. That would be a normal range there. So just to give you an idea of just some operations here in the state of Texas, to give you a little background of what maybe a typical operation would look like in the state of Texas, if there is a typical operation. And they range from big to small, to family operations, to maybe corporate operations. This is a gentleman here. This ranch is up in northeast Texas, in Golden, Texas. Golden's known for its sweet potatoes, but they're also known for a lot of cattle operations in northeast Texas. And this gentleman is a rancher up in that area, and he's got a large cow-calf operation there. that he actually was an engineer, was very successful, and father-in-law, we began to see a transition of the cattle operation, so he chose to come back with his wife and kids to come back to the family ranch, take it over, and to kind of change his careers after that. And so he's been in business. This is a very gentleman. He incorporates a lot of technology, but he is also a low-cost producer as well. But that gives you an idea of that particular operation. Here's another operation that would be in the I-45 corridor, midway between Dallas and Houston. And this particular operation is a big cow-calf operation. They raise a lot of replacement cattle and market their steers on through the feed yard. But this operation also has a big horse training facility, and so they're utilizing the calves that are produced at the commercial cow-calf operation there, that part of the ranch, that they're utilizing those calves in their cutting cutting horse training of that enterprise. So a little bit different their operation, but another big cow-calf operation. This is a purebred operation, the Emmons Ranch. You can see by the brand and Mr. Emmons there standing by the tree in the blue shirt. The Emmons Beefmasters, a large Beefmaster ranch, again, right in that Interstate 45 corridor. They're a big purebred Beefmaster operation. And they're providing both show heifers to 4-H and FFA members, but also they're in the business of marketing breeding females as well as bulls to commercial operators. Here's a very large ranch over in more in central Texas, getting closer to Interstate 35. This would be a large ranch, 44 farms, very large Seedstock purebred Angus operation there. In central Texas, they produce a lot of purebred Angus bulls that are marketed across the United States. They've also taken it up a notch, and so they have their beef operation side of the business called 44 Steaks, and they're marketing high quality, premium quality beef directly to the consumers via their website, but they're also channeling that high quality beef, high marbling beef into higher end restaurants as well. And so they're providing an opportunity for their customers of their bulls to be able to market those cattle back into a higher value, more of a branded beef program there. But another very large operation. This is an operation over in Deep East Texas, getting close to the Louisiana border. They're in the business of producing Corriente cattle, and they are producing steers that can be utilized in competitive events like roping events. And a very large operation that produce these steers, and then those cattle are eventually pushed into the beef chain after that. So a little bit of a different operation there. This is a big Cimbra operation, would be up near Athens, Texas, the Bill Travis Ranch. Very progressive Cimbra operation where they're in the business of trying to produce the highest marbling Cimbra genetics around, and they're a very progressive breeder. They do a lot of marketing internationally in the form of live cattle, but also semen and embryos. And they have a tremendous market outside of the United States because of that. This was another ranch. This one was actually over closer to Franklin, Texas. It was the old Camp Cooley Ranch, and they were very diversified. They had Brangus cattle, they had Angus cattle, and they also had Charolais cattle in the purebred side. But they had a couple of tremendously large bull sales every year. That particular ranch is since closed, and most recently it's currently now the Circle X Ranch, which is a ranch, very large purebred operation in the Brazos Valley, and they do also market a lot of Brangus cattle all over the state of Texas and in the southeast.